The fastest way to increase your credit score in the next 90 days is based on this one thing that 99% of people don't know exists. Once you learn this one thing, you're going to be able to increase your credit score an extra 20 points, 50 points, 100 points, 200 points, all depend on what you have going on, just like my student did right here, like here, like here, and like here. So here's how you're gonna increase your credit score in the next 90 days is by understanding this one thing. Once you understand this one thing, it's gonna change everything. All right, so sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink. All right, get something to drink, sit back. So first things first, let me explain what I'm talking about. So as you can see right here, your credit score is very important, but most people don't understand what their credit score is made of. They don't understand the factors, and I'm going to break down the whole entire system, because once you understand the whole entire system, then you're going to be able to play the game that you don't understand. So here's the game. Your credit score, right? Most banks have the FICO score, and the FICO score, right? They use the FICO 8. The FICO 8 is the highest credit score you can have is an 850, right? The lowest credit score you can have is a 300. So if you do 850 minus 300, it gives you 550 points to play with. Now, all right, I got 550 points. Let me break that down in every specific factor so you can understand what you need to do to improve in each area. Because once you understand what you got to do to improve in each area, then you can focus on how to improve that specific area to improve your credit score. An extra 20 points, an extra 30 points, 40 points, 50 points, right? All depending on what you have going on. So let's do the math. And this is simple math for you to understand. You did the 850, you minus the 300 gives you 550 points. Now you have 550 points. The highest part of your credit score, right? The highest factor is payment history, which is 35%. So if you do 550 and you times 35%, it gives you 192.5 points in the payment history factor. So if you ever miss a payment, that's why you significantly see a decrease of your credit score. Now, amounts owed, 550 times 30% gives you 165 points. That's the revolving debt. That's the part that, hey, if you max out your credit card, you're going to decrease your credit score. But when you pay off your credit score, you pay off your credit cards, you're going to see an improvement of your credit score, right? And it varies based on, and we're going to talk about that later on, what you need to do to understand when you need to pay. Because if you pay on the wrong date, it messes you up. Length of history, 550 times 15% gives you 82.5 points. All right, length of history, and I'm going to show you how to affect that area of your credit score. New credit, right? 550 times 10, 55 points. I'm going to show you how to add new credit without getting a hard inquiry so you can improve this part of your factor of your score. And credit mix, 550 times 10% gives you another 55 points. I'm going to show you how to add installment. If you don't have no installment accounts, I'm going to show you how to add revolving accounts if you don't, so you can improve that factor of your credit score. Because once you improve that, it's going to help also improve your credit score. And all together, that gives you 550 points to play with. So now you understand this is the game, and you need to understand the game so you can improve your score. All right, so let's break it down. The fastest way to improve your credit score is based on amounts owed. We talked about that, right? Now, you can understand the fast, the slow, but I'm going to show you a way to improve your payment history very quickly and the length of history and new credit, new mix, right? That takes a little bit of time, but you still can improve it, and I'm going to break it down, all right? So payment history, what you can't do in the next 90 days, most likely you can't get a late payment off your report in the next 90 days. Removing the late payment off your report, trying to dispute it if it's not accurate takes time. But what you can do instead is focus on this right here, making sure you have everything set up on automatic payment history, right? Automatic payments. So you won't miss a payment. And if something does trip up where the automatic, it's on the bank's, is the bank's fault, okay? So get anything past due current, all right? Challenge what's inaccurate. And I'm going to have another video showing you how to challenge the inaccuracy, but I'm just showing you the points, the system. So I'm showing you the game so you can understand the game to improve your credit score. All right. So amounts owed. Amounts owed. There are different things you can do to fix this, and I'm going to break it down so you can understand what you need to do as far as amounts owed. Now, the goal is for you to get, if you're maxed out, like if you're here, the goal is to get you down here, okay? Because once you get down here, you're going to see a significant increase of your credit score. So right now you might be here and you're trying to figure out, I'm going to show you a strategy that you can do based on your credit report that you can do that can quickly pay off your debt really quick so you can see a significant jump in your credit score. All right. Now, there are two ways to move the number. Paying down your credit card and raising the limit. So when you pay off your credit card, you can also raise the limit depending on where you're at. You could probably raise the limit as well based on what you have going on with your credit cards and your credit score. So you can ask for an increase. Now, the trap, you're paying on the wrong date, right? What I mean by that, yes, you have to make your minimum payment. So let's just say your minimum payment is on the 25th, right? Your due date is on the 25th. But let's just say you paid everything off on the due date. But from the 25th to the 3rd, you use your credit card. If you use your credit card and don't pay it again, whatever that balance is closes out and gets reported to the credit bureau. So you still look like you're maxed out. So here's what you want to do instead. When you make your minimum payment on the 25th or your whatever you pay, don't use your card until after the statement close date. So it closed on the 3rd, don't use it. Use your card on the 4th. On the 4th, you want to use your card. Use your card after the 3rd. After the 3rd, you want to use your card from the 4th to the 25th and then continue doing that cycle over and over and over, okay? Because if you use it, like I said before, they're going to report whatever your that balance is that you're using. Don't use your card. Pay the whole entire amount, or pay whatever you can from the 25th. All right. 25th to the 3rd, you're not going to use your card. After the 3rd, the 4th through the 25th, you can use your card. All right. And if you need, but just make sure you pay what you need to pay on, and you can find your statement your statement closes date, the date it closes. You can talk to call your credit card issuer and figure out that specific date it closes on. All right. Now, here's a 90-day board. Most people mess this up, all right? Day 1 through day 10, day 11 through day 30, 31 through 60, day 61 to 90, right? Pull all 3 reports, list every card, limit balance, close date, do the math per card, and overall flag anything that isn't accurate. If you rent, start reporting it today. I'm going to break that down, what I mean by that, all right? So don't mess that up. All right, stop the bleeding, auto pay minimums on everything, freeze all new applications, do not close a single card, ask for limit increases. And we're going to break this whole entire phase down, okay? So path A, pay it down, order of attack. So number 1, rank your credit card by percentages, not the balances, all right? So $900 on the $1,000 credit card, that's 90% maxed out. $4,000 on a $20,000 credit card, that's 20%. Kill the 90 first, even though it's less money. Once you fix that, it's going to see a significant improvement, all right? Drop every card under 30% before you perfect any single card. Both numbers get graded, all right? Then walk the whole file down towards 9% or lower. Land on one card, right, between 1 and 9%, and the rest reports 0, okay? And make sure you do this before the statement, like I broke it down, all right? Path B, trade the cards for one loan. This is what I was talking about. So you can go to a credit union and you can get you a consolidation loan. With the consolidation loan, you can pay off, let's just say you have 6 credit cards, for an example. You take that loan and you pay off all the credit cards. Once you pay off all the credit cards, guess what? You're going to see a significant improvement of your credit score by just getting that loan. Now you have one payment versus 6 payments, right? And then you take care of that debt, okay? And then once you do that, you're going to see a significant improvement of your credit score. Now, what the one loan does to all 5 factors, as we talked about, it improves the amounts owed of your credit score. So by taking care of that, it helps you. It also improves the credit mix. So by doing that, you have an installment account on your report. It will cost you just a little bit of points, but it's going to help you because amounts owed outweighs new line of credit, and you're taking care of that. Payment history, all right, it's a new account, so it's just getting started. Length of history is going to take a little hit, but the amount owed will significantly increase your credit score. All right, now hear me. This is not the other thing. So what you want to do is this: when you get this loan, it's not a stop paying program. Nobody funds anything. They tell you to stop paying your credit. Nah, you don't want to get that specific, right? You want to get a consolidation loan, all right? One that actually gets you to actually, the consolidation loan actually pays off the credit card, not the one that tells you to stop paying anything, all right? So that's the loan that you want to get. All right, 2 ways people blow this up. They run their cards back up and they close their credit cards. So we want to avoid those 2 things, all right? When you get the loan, you pay off all your credit cards. We're working towards leveraging our credit for investments, right? Leverage our credit for investments. And then don't close out your cards. Keep them open, okay? Now, remember, the 192.5, I told you it was defense, right? Continue paying on time. But there's one thing you can do. There's a pile of payment history you already earned and you never got a single point for it. And I'm going to show you. Here's what I'm talking about. If you're currently renting right now, you can go to BoomPay. You can go to Rent Reporters. And let's just say you've been living at that apartment for the last 5 years. For example, you've been living at that apartment for 5 years. You can get that specific date that you opened up that apartment for the last 5 years. So 5 years ago, you can get that specific date open on your report. Now you have a 5-year trade line added to your report. Also, I'm gonna break it down. Also, that 5-year trade line, you can get 24 months of that payment history being reported to your credit report, which will significantly increase your credit score. So by you opening up that trade line, you're going to be affecting multiple factors of your credit score. One of the things that's going to add is payment history. It's going to affect that part in a good way. So you're getting 24 months of on-time payments on your report, right? Which will significantly increase your credit score. Length of history, you get a 5-year trade line added to your report, okay? Also, it's going to affect your credit mix by adding this specific trade line, an installment account. You're adding a new line of credit, but you're not getting a hard inquiry, which will improve your credit score, and then amounts owed is not going to affect. Now, here's what nobody tells you when you add this. It's going to help, let's just say, there are multiple factors of your credit score. There are multiple credit score models. So you have the Vantage 3.0, 4.0, right? These things just came out, 4.0 on FICO 10T. Just came out, and some of these things will help those specific scoring models when you add this trade line. But FICO 8, FICO 2, 4, and 5, they kind of ignore it. But when let's just say you're applying for a house and the lender looks at your report, the underwriter, they see, oh, this person been paying on time for the last 5 years, on time payments, history as far as paying the rent. Good, all right? Now, who this actually works for people with a thin file, right? If you have a thick file, you probably don't need, but if you want to report your rent, you can report your rent. It's going to help you with 5-year trade line, 24 months of on-time payments, right? But for a new person that don't really have much, it also is going to significantly improve your credit score, okay? So think about adding this as a trade line to your report. Now, another thing, let's just say, for example, you don't have a credit card at all. You don't have no revolving line of credit. one of the things you want to do is get a secure credit card with a credit union versus getting an app. But if you have to get an app-based builder card, I will recommend cred.ai. Okay, you can do a secured credit card with them and get you a credit card, and they'll start reporting the line of credit to your report. All right, which will affect the history of your. It will affect the amounts owed, because if you don't have no credit cards, you're missing out on 165 points. So by adding the line of credit, and if you already have one, you don't need to add one. But if you don't have one, you have no credit card, no revolving debt, you want to open up a account, it's going to significantly increase your credit score just like that. All right. 4 things you don't do for 90 days. Don't apply for anything new unless you're getting that consolidation loan that's going to take care of, or you're opening up a line of credit, a credit card, so you're not missing out on points. Don't close a single card. Don't shuffle balance from card to card. Don't miss a single payment. All right. What you actually, so what's actually live in your next 90 days, you're going to take care of these things that I talked about, and you're going to see a significant increase of your credit score. Once you understand and implement what I just shared with you, you're going to see your credit score improve probably 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 points, all depending on what you have going on. So go take action.